Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking, I need to adjust my camera. Okay, so today I'm going to be discussing the language learning app Duolingo. So I have some pros and cons I think of the app, and as you can see I'm wearing my pajamas. Well, it's cold outside, I get an excuse. Okay, so that was totally out of the blue and not the point of the video, but today I'm going to be discussing language learning app Duolingo, some pros and cons I have of it, my thoughts on it, and what it has helped me in my overall consensus and everything like that. I'm going to try to make this pretty short and quick, so if people are looking, my friends or whoever, are looking for a quick little, I don't know, informational video sort of about the app, and if they decide they want to use it, this is their little, I guess, reference. That does not work, but it's the reference that some people might have. So let's get into the video now. Okay, so I've written down, I think I just said this, but I don't know if I did, my pros and cons of Duolingo, and I'm going to be discussing this quickly. So sorry if the editing in this video is not very good, but I'm just trying to get this out there, so, because I know people don't have a lot of time right now. So, Duolingo is free. That is one of the best things I think of it, because you don't have to pay money like other apps to learn a language, and it's pretty accessible for a lot of people. You can just go on your phone and download it. So, one of the most fun things I think that Duolingo has are stories. So it'll help you learn a language by, sometimes people like to read stories in that certain language. So for instance, I'm taking Spanish. They have like little stories I can read in Spanish, and it reads it out loud and asks me little interactive questions. And I personally really enjoy that. So I think that is a really good element that they have added. However, you do have to work a little bit to get to the point where you can read the stories. Okay. So the next thing is, it's pretty fun when you're trying to compete against other people. So you can compete with your friends and say, oh, I learned the most words this time, or I practiced the most this week. So it's pretty engaging in that way, where you can, you know, you can kind of compete with others in a way, even if it's not, like, it's not a big deal, I guess, but it is fun. And they do have podcasts, is my next thing. So not only does Duolingo have like their app, but if you go to your podcast app, or on your phone if you download one of them, or music or something that has podcasts, Duolingo has podcasts where it tells you about a story in that language, and it kind of guides you through it, or whatever they're doing, I guess, that season. So the podcast is really fun to listen to. I personally listen to the podcast sometimes when I'm trying to sleep, because even though I'm not actively participating in the podcast, I like to hear the words Spanish as I'm trying to sleep sometimes. So the podcast is really great for that. Next thing is, they have a lot of social networking stuff that you can do. So a little, with your community, stuff like that. Even if you do not have social media, they do have a lot of little things that you can do on the app or in podcast. So that's really good. I'm still looking at my paper because I did not memorize all of this. So they do have a lot of languages you can learn. So if you are looking to learn a language, and a lot of other apps or may not have it, or your school might not have it, Duolingo is a great tool for that, because you can learn the language even if you're not doing it, I guess, in school or wherever else, because they do have a lot of different languages that you can learn. Okay, next thing, this is my pro, but some people might think it's a con. It's kind of like a game sometimes, so it keeps you interacted, and you have to go over levels, and you have to practice and work to get to the next thing. So it's kind of like a game, and I personally think that's pretty fun. Okay, we're heading up on 5 minutes with this video, so now I'm going to go through my cons really quickly, and then I'll give you an overall view of this So sometimes I feel like it might be a little bit repetitive, but I see the repetitiveness is a way to learn. So, for example, when I was first doing Duolingo before I went into school doing it, the Spanish class, it repeated a lot of phrases and a lot of words, but this has actually helped me in school because I do not forget them. So, for example, in Spanish, I need can be yo necesito or necesito. So, it uses a lot of phrases if you're learning Spanish, like I need this, I need this. So, it's a little bit repetitive sometimes. However, it does help me remember. So that's really good. So it's kind of like a pro and con sort of situation. And then some people might think it's a little bit easy. So if you already know a language and you're going into Duolingo looking to kind of improve your language skills, they have like a placement test. So if you already know a little bit of the language, they'll say, okay, how much do you know? And if you get the questions right, it'll place you where it thinks you belong. And if you don't, it'll place you maybe in the beginning or where your actual level is based on the questions that you got right. So, I think that is a good way to get people, or to help people kind of understand where you're at. However, if you just go into it saying, I don't know any of the language, and you do, it'll be pretty easy in the beginning at least, because you have to repeat and repeat and repeat over levels until you get to the higher ones. So it might be a little bit repetitive, it might be, there's too many levels, it might be kind of boring for some people. However, I think I don't really use the practices levels too much. If I'm looking to learn and understand something, then I will use them, but I rely heavily on the podcast and the stories in it, so I don't know if that's a huge thing, but you're just good to know. And then finally, they have a lot of ads. Because it's free, they have built this entire app with nobody paying money to them until they release their Duolingo Plus, which gets rid of all the ads and their heart system, which allows you to, if you get a question wrong, you lose a heart. And you can practice to earn more hearts, or you can watch ads to earn more hearts. But if you do the Duolingo Plus, unlimited hearts and no ads. So some people might think the heart system is a little bit annoying and that there's a lot of ads, but it's completely free. And they give you all these things and tools you need to learn with some ads and stuff like that. But if you're really invested in it, you can, if you really dislike the ads and the hearts, then you can get rid of those with paying money, or you can just deal with them and still continue learning your language. Okay, I dropped my pen, so I'm gonna grab it. So overall, I think that Duolingo is a pretty good app. I have more pros on this list than cons. That was most of the video was the pros. So overall, I think it's a pretty good learning language app, and yes, there might be some things that aren't perfect, but it does keep me engaged, and I learned a lot, so from not knowing anything. So I think it's really good for beginners in the language learning space, and there's a lot of tools they give you for free. So I really appreciate that, and I like a lot of things about it. So if you guys have any more thoughts, you can link them in the comments below. I probably will have to put this as not made for kids, so comments are allowed. Actually, no. I guess just like the video if you agree with me, and dislike the video if you do not agree with me, or you do not have the same opinions. I wish the comments were on, but I'm going to just put it as anyone can watch it, because anyone can watch it. So these are some pros and cons I've listed, and there's hundreds more pros, some more cons that some people might have, and it just depends on the person if they like Duolingo and if they like to learn this way. So here's a quick 10, 12, 10 minute, 10 minutes, 30 seconds almost. So hope you guys enjoy this video. I'm going to post it real quick. Pretty much no editing because I do not have time today. So you guys are just going to get this video. Okay, have a great day. Bye.